Hi guys, and welcome into another episode of Buffy. Today we're on season 5, episode 6, titled Family, which seems like the perfect episode title to follow up what we just watched last week. But before we get into anything, I'd want to address / talk about some things that I've seen kind of simmering in the comment section. Like, I feel like if it's already there, it's probably only gonna get stronger. So I want to talk about it. I'm smiling because I'm like actually nervous because I hope you guys like understand what I'm trying to say. We need to talk about Spike. I feel like there have been moments that led up to what happened 2 episodes ago where Spike woke up having that kissing love dream about Buffy. Underlying tension has always here and there veered into, oop, is this a physical sexual thing? Is there an element of that? It's a little bit more than just hatred. Maybe because Spike's character is clearly written to be a fun, entertaining character rather than a clear big bad who is only meant to be feared and hated. Even though if you microscope in on everything that he's done, that's kind of who he should be. But it's all about the writing and it's all about the acting and it's all about the fun and camp of the show that changes that for its audience in my eyes and doesn't make it so black and white. When Spike had his dream and I went on my rant about, oh my gosh, are they really gonna go somewhere with this? I could see them making them endgame. They could do the whole enemies to lovers trope and make this work. I still stand by what I said, but I already saw like people in the comments being like, rolling their eyes and being like, oh god, here comes a Spike lover, Spike Buffy, what do you call it? Call it Spuffy? Is that what we call them? Here's a Spuffy shipper, eye roll, eye roll, eye roll. And I was like, I think I made it clear that I wasn't like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this. I want them to be endgame. I think they belong together. I didn't say that. I didn't mean that. What I meant was looking at it through the writer's room. Oh, they could tackle this and make an enemies to lovers trope out of this. So there were a lot of comments that were clearly frustrated with the fact that I know I'm not alone in it. I'm getting this sense that a lot of people are into Spike and it's maybe a controversial thing. Like a lot of people really love Spike even in a romantic sense, like not even just as a character. I'm on the side that just loves him simply because of the entertainment that his character brings to the show. But there were comments being like genuinely angry and frustrated and being like, I don't understand why people like this. Like he's a soulless vampire, he's evil, he's a bad person, etc., etc. I want to say a couple things about that because one thing I don't like being that sometimes happens with reactors and like the relationship between comment sections and reactors I've noticed is comment sections psychoanalyzing the reactor based on how they watch a show. And it freaks me out because how I watch TV is very different from my view on life. Let me just get this straight. If this were real life and my best friend was dating this nice, normal, human guy who's clearly in love with her, would I be excited about the fact that I might be seeing a blossoming romance with this serial killer, vampire, terrible guy? No, I would not root for my best friend to go and be with the bad guy. I would tell her to be with the nice guy because that's real life. But when I watch TV and movies, I'm just always in it for the entertainment. I'm always in it for the plot. And with what they're putting, the little seedlings they're putting in here about Spike possibly being into Buffy, that is a plot that would be so entertaining to me because he is one of the most entertaining characters in my eyes. And I don't feel guilty about that because if you've been watching my reactions and you listen to how I talk about things, you probably have caught on to the fact, even to my detriment, even to an annoying degree, a lot of the times I'm always watching through a writer's perspective. I'm always like, what are the writers going to do next? What could they do with this? And now they set this up. Where could that go? And that's exactly how I'm treating the Spike and Buffy situation. I'm just excited to see what they could do with that. So then also people being like, well, he's a soulless vampire. What I say to that is to keep in mind that I haven't seen the rest of the show yet. I have no idea what the show is capable of. As of 5 episodes ago, Buffy just had a sister that never existed before and is now part of the show because of this ritual thing that we found out about last time, protecting a portal and a key, right? It's a supernatural show. Anything can happen. So like in my eyes, I'm like, oh, if the writers are going to tackle this enemies to lovers trope, I have trust in them at this point. And I feel like if they wanted to do that, They could do it successfully, but obviously they would have a lot of work ahead of them to make me feel good about that. The journey there is going to be exciting no matter what, whether it ends good or bad, because it's going to be entertaining and I just know it. But I don't know, for all I know, he could get his soul returned to him the same way Angel did. And then, if that's not the case, then there's going to be comments saying, no, that's just an Angel thing. It's like, well, I don't know that. To me, there are no rules. And there could be a spell. There could be something with the chip that makes him go on a real path of redemption from here. He could be another special kind of vampire who has some humanity in him somehow because of something that I don't understand yet, because anything's possible in a paranormal universe. So I just want to remind people that I haven't seen the full show yet. So all these things that I'm excited for and curious about is because I'm experiencing this for the first time. And I've loved the show so far. They've never led me wrong, and I have my full faith in them to pull off whatever they want to pull off. I also saw a comment expressing frustration over the fact that there were people out there who did not ship Buffy and Angel, but do ship Spike, because to them they're both vampires, but Angel has a soul, so how are you not gonna ship the vampire with the soul, but ship the vampire without a soul? That makes no sense. And in my case, again, it comes back to just me separating myself from the show, being very aware that it's a TV show, having that writer's room lens on when I'm watching. When I watched Angel and Buffy together, there was this sense of impending doom, and it became very clear that they just were fated to not work out. And so I didn't want to get invested in that. When it comes to Spike and Buffy, nothing has even started yet. If it will. I don't know, based on the comments, either something definitely happens between them, or the fandom, there's just a really big section that's loud about shipping them and it annoys people for some reason. But with Spike and Buffy, yeah, I don't know what's ahead. Right now, the writers clearly are just having fun with the idea, and I'm having fun watching it, and that's kind of where it is right now. I also kind of wanted to point out a parallel when we're talking about soulless vampires, about the fact that when I express how much I, quote, love Spike, as in enjoy his character, there's always people who are like, he's a soulless vampire, you're so weird for liking that. But then when Harmony showed up, another soulless vampire, and she was going around trying to kill Buffy, I was laughing at it and aw, Harmony, go ahead and try to be the main character. You go, girl. I'm kind of rooting for you, because her portrayal and the writing for her is so funny and fun, and it's meant to be. Just like in the same way Spike's writing and portrayal, at least so far, is very camp and fun as well. But I didn't see anybody in the comment section being like, how could you root for Harmony and not hate her because she's a soulless vampire? But then when it comes to Spike, everybody is upset. So I don't know what's going on. And I'm getting the sense that it must all come from future stuff I haven't seen yet. But I wanted to take this moment as a reminder that there's so much I haven't seen, and I'm a first-time watcher, and I'm just trying to have fun. 99% of you are so great. Even the comment that I talked about with the person being frustrated about people not shipping Angel and Buffy and then shipping Spike and Buffy instead, that wasn't a mean or rude or frustrating comment to me. I think there was just I wanted to clear up why I was thinking the way that I was thinking so far. But I just could see that 1% that was getting really intense about this Spike stuff that's going on, and I just wanted to get ahead of it and remind everyone that we're just having fun here. So yeah, with that all being said, I hope I got everything I wanted to say out of the way. Obviously, do I need to do a recap for the last episode? We found out what the deal is with Dawn. Somebody over on Patreon, they clarified for me that she is the key in human form, and the portal is separate. I thought the key and the portal and everything was all wrapped in one in Dawn, based on how they said some things in that last episode, but I just misunderstood. So Dawn's the key to an important portal, and that random woman who's equal strength at least with Buffy is after the key, and we don't know yet what is important about this portal. That is where we left off. And now, let's get into episode 6, Family.
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy, I love you.
How fitting.
Or not?
I've been thinking something is up with Tara that we don't know. I think she's hiding something.
Once upon a time, there was.
Forgot they had this little
kitty.
kitten.
And there were puppies and some ferrets.
What, the dolphins?
Yes.
You've been spell gal night and day lately.
Well, I just want to keep up with you.
I was gonna say, is she feeling competitive?
I just like to be useful.
Her and Riley, they could connect on a lot of things. Oh.
You are. You're essential.
Think Buffy found out anything tonight?
I don't know. If there was something.
I wonder.
I figured she'd call
Okay,
us.
is she not going to tell anyone? I can see her not wanting to tell Dawn and her mom. Oh, good, she's telling Giles. Okay.
Tell me about it.
I was like, we can't keep this to ourselves completely.
Are you gonna tell her?
Nah, I wouldn't.
How can
My immediate gut reaction was yes, she should know, but that's really scary to know you're just not even a real human.
Should we be thinking about sending Dawn away?
Where? To a kennel somewhere where we can lock her up to be safe?
Yeah,
No.
He's in Spain
Oh, wow.
with his secretary.
Oh, wow. Cool.
I called him when Mom got sick. He hasn't even.
I'm sorry.
Yikes, that sucks.
When he bailed on us, I remembered Dawn cried for a week.
But that didn't really happen. That's so trippy.
Except she didn't.
Yeah,
I can still feel what it was like.
that is so weird.
Do we tell the others?
No,
Oh, we're gonna keep it.
no one.
The Beast. I need a name.
I'm upset.
Now? Yeah, not telling John after some thought makes sense because that's just like too scary. It's too scary for a 14-year-old girl to fathom. Not telling anyone else immediately, I'm like, it's like the Scooby Gang. I want all of the Scooby Gang to be in the know because I feel like we can help each other. But I get what she's saying. Like, what if then they act different around her or someone slips up or it's weird in some way? Like, if she could only tell one person, it would be, my hope would be for it to be Giles. So I'm happy that's what she did.
Necessary opposable thumb. Sorry.
We're moving.
You
Is
know,
it
you guys
the
just
end
move
of
here.
the school year already?
Draz, I noticed you're doing the smallest amount of helping that can actually be called helping.
I saw myself in more of a patriarchal sort of role. You know, lots of pointing and scouting.
No big.
She's
You know,
moving
with
back home.
Mom not being well, I'm hardly ever here.
I was like, what is happening? But that would make sense. She'd want to go home after everything she found out.
Where's Dawn?
Oh, God.
She just walked out.
Oh, she's
Dawn?
gonna be a huge helicopter parent. Understandably.
You learn her source, and we'll introduce her to her insect reflection.
That. She'd been studying. Don't look at her like she's weird.
That was funny. If you studied Tagler and mythic rites, and are a complete dork.
Aw.
And how come Xander didn't laugh?
Wait, that was actually funny, Riley. Good job. Oh, Tara is really feeling more the odd one out than usual today.
Tomorrow night, Tara's birthday.
They all forgot.
Right. Right. Presents, right?
What's the story?
Oh my God, this same guy.
Got a family out there.
Now let me guess, no history of mental problems.
Oh, is he evil? I was surprised. I was like, wow, we've seen him twice as a doctor or nurse or whatever he is before, and now we're seeing him again? Oh, or is he about to die? Evil or death? Evil or death? Okay.
I need a favor.
Thank you for coming.
This demon is just trying to do his little demon things, kill his people. Nah, the beast has a request, clearly.
I have a place in the world now.
Yeah.
Part of the system.
That's what I said.
I'm a working gal.
Good job.
Sure, I forgot about the party. It's not, you know, the most thrilling social event of the season.
Yeah, it's a big deal for Willow, though.
What? That was so mean.
You can't be more specific about what she's like?
She was kind of like Cordelia, actually.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Pretty sure she dyes her hair.
Wait, she is. She's like an evil Cordelia.
So, what'd you get her?
Huh?
Oh, they're both lost on what to get her. Get something from the magic shop. She's a witch.
I mean, I don't really know her that well.
She likes
I know.
witchcraft. That's the easy
I mean, she's
option.
nice.
Yeah, nice.
I don't necessarily get her, but she's real nice.
She's just
Yeah.
shy.
There's just that thing.
That thing.
I just hope we fit in. Not awkward.
With Willow, it's like she's got this whole new thing in her life. Train or stretch out. Just do something to work off the tension.
Ah, okay. She really has been using Spike as a punching bag this season. How is he even able to... Is he able to defend himself but not get in a good hit because of the chip, you know?
I'm coming. I'm coming right now!
Oh, it's a... Okay. I was like, how is he even fighting like this? It's a little too... Anyways, she's in his waking fantasies as well as his sleep fantasies.
You're my little lamb.
Oh, poor Harmony.
Come up with
My
anything
little
yet?
lamb.
You're in a magic shop, and you can't think what Tara would like.
Thank you,
But you're both
Giles.
profoundly stupid.
So all these books got spells in them? Turn people into frogs, things like that?
No, not exactly.
And hey, don't do a spell on me now.
Haha.
Was there something in particular you were looking for?
What's the matter? You don't have a hug for your big brother?
Another sibling popping out of nowhere. I'm happy that Tara's getting her own little moment. Give her a plot line, please, I beg you.
This is Donnie.
Oh, Willow didn't know she has a brother? That is weird. I said she might be hiding something, but I didn't think it would be a brother.
How did you find... I mean, how come you came?
Well,
She's hiding from her
birthday
brother.
girl. Came down in the camper, been
We?
all over the campus.
We?
They look scary.
Dad, hi. Cousin Beth.
One of your dorm mates said I might find you here.
What? Is that?
This is Mr. Giles.
Who does she look like?
He runs the shop.
And we'll do some catching up.
Yes, sir.
Sir? Is that Amy Adams? Am I thinking of the right
Nice to
person?
meet you all.
Families are always... They make you crazy.
Willow
Usually.
gets it. From the little we've seen of hers, I think. Her mom.
Whoa, whoa, where do you think you're going?
I'm going to Melinda's for dinner.
Since when?
Nowish.
You can't. Melinda's a bad influence. I don't like you hanging out with someone that short.
I'm so glad you're moving back into the house. This is the source of my gladness.
I understand why Buffy is like this now, but like I feel like we need to figure out where it's too much.
She can't be running out whenever she'd like.
It's more than that. If we're in trouble here, I could contact Graham. Maybe get the government boys on this.
No.
Like,
No, I
we don't
want
want to bring them back.
anywhere near this.
Yeah.
The fewer people that are involved, the safer I will feel.
Every time I think I'm getting closer to you. You gotta take off. I know you got a lot in your mind. You decide you want to let me in on any of it. You let me know.
He takes it as a matter of
I'll
trust.
come running.
And I don't think it's that. It's the way she protects. Okay.
The door wasn't locked.
Okay.
And if we let you go, you'd get it out of your system.
I bet her mom was a witch. Where's the mom? She's got to be dead. From witchcraft, I bet.
Your birthday's getting closer and closer. You know what that means.
I don't think it's...
What does that mean?
It's the same age your mother was when she... Do your friends even know?
Yes.
When she...
And letting yourself work all this magic is only going to make it worse. Where do you think that
Whoa.
power comes from?
It doesn't feel evil.
Evil never does.
He said you have evil inside you and magic isn't going to help it, or it's going to make it worse or something. Insinuating that it's not the magic that makes her evil. He just thinks there's evil in her and that the magic is going to make it worse.
How do you think your friends are going to feel when they see your true face?
Is she half demon like Doyle over on Angel was? And she can just show as a human?
Let's talk about my problems for 30 seconds, if that's perfectly all right with you. Blonde and massively rude, broke my shoe, took my monk. Do you have any idea who I'm talking about? A slayer? Oh God, how unbelievably common. If I had friends and they heard about this, and you know she's going around telling everybody, get your friends, find the girl, kill the girl. Okay, baby?
You're so funny thinking it's that easy. Do you know who she would be friends with is Harmony?
Maybe we can try that spell. You know, the one to find demons? That didn't work. I'm tired. We can do it tomorrow.
She's half demon.
There's just so much going on. I'm really tired.
You don't have to tell her the full truth. Just say how much your family being around affects you, you know? And that might be why she also feels so separate from the gang, because she feels guilty about being half demon. And their, like, whole agenda is killing demons, you know?
No patience to you.
I may have a lead on this month, Buffy, but
Girl, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, where was I? It's possible, whichever one this monk belonged to.
Is it something that, like, doesn't allow them to... Wait, what? I don't know what she just did.
Are you looking to get killed?
Come for the
Riley.
ambiance.
Well, if Willie was here, then...
Yeah, Willie's not here.
Where is Willie?
I mean, I buy you a drink. Neither one of us has that problem anymore. Now, do we?
Vodka tonic. We could go somewhere else. Someplace more private.
What do you have to say to that, Riley? He wouldn't do it.
My heart belongs to another.
He's so dramatic.
Besides,
But,
I don't
I
bother
mean,
with vampires.
true. Oh, he knows? Spike, you're insane.
Hi, baby.
It's
Hello,
so
sweet
funny.
breads, have fun.
The Slayer demon was recruiting his brethren to kill the Slayer.
How's that?
Oh,
You think they might actually do it? Kill her?
God, that would be pleasant.
Where are you
I think
going?
he is,
Get a decent seat.
like, he's
If the
still...
Slayer's gonna die, I'm gonna watch.
I don't know. I'm curious about how he handles that situation, what he really truly thinks about all that, because I would say it's just attraction and he's annoyed about his attraction, so he would love for her to die. But he said, I love you in the dream, so I don't know what he's thinking.
Beth, I'm not coming back with you.
I'm happy she's able to stand up to them and stand her ground about that. Oh, my God.
You don't care the slightest bitty bit about your family, do you? Doesn't matter how innocent you act, they'll see.
No, they won't.
They will. Unless you do some kind of spell on them.
Which she did.
It was just so they wouldn't see.
Her.
So they wouldn't see the demon part of me.
Does it last forever? I don't know. I feel bad that, I mean, Doyle was really scared to tell Cordelia about his demon self because of how people reacted in the past. So it makes sense that she wouldn't expect them to understand it. And I've always said, like, Buffy the show never... Their view on demons has always been very straightforward. They can't see any demons. You're joking. Obviously, she meant it just for herself, but again, she's like not super advanced with witchcraft. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dawn, would you close the door?
Can they run into
I
them?
didn't open it.
They just can't see them, I think. Oh my God, she's so cool. Okay, scary though.
Where'd it go?
Ooh, oh my God.
Under this. Go.
Oh, are you really just coming to watch the show? I'm very curious about how Spike reacts to all this. He's just confused because he can't see the show. He can see. Oh, because he's a demon too, right? Why is he joining in on the fighting? Oh, no, I'm dumb. He didn't get the spell done to him. Duh, that's why.
Can you see it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm happy Tara's catching up. Okay, good. She can reverse it right away. Okay. Thank God she knew the reverse spell. Oh, this is not good timing. Damn.
I don't understand.
I'm not sure I do either.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she
I'm
noticed.
So sorry. I didn't want you to see what I am. Tara, what?
Tell her.
What do you mean, what you are?
The women in our family have demon in them.
The women.
Her mother had it.
You cast a spell on us to keep us from seeing your demon side. That's why we couldn't see our attackers.
Really got us killed.
I'll go. I'm very sorry.
The camper's outside.
I don't know if it's just because I like Tara, but I wouldn't
She just did a
write her
spell
off.
that went wrong.
Yeah.
It was just a mistake.
I wouldn't write off her entire person to being bad.
Do you want to leave?
It's not your decision, young lady.
I know that.
You're going to do what's right, Tara. The girl belongs with her family. I hope that's clear to the rest of you.
It is. You want her, Mr. McClay?
Oh my God.
You can go ahead and take her. You just gotta go through me.
What?
You heard me.
Thank you. I will cry about this.
You gotta come through me.
I'll actually
And me.
cry.
I'm not going to be threatened by two little girls.
You're not just dealing with two little girls.
You're dealing with all of us.
Except me.
Except Spike.
I don't care what happens.
Who the hell are you?
We're family.
No. 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 Not the title of the episode.
If you don't get in that car, I swear by God, I will beat you down. And I swear by your full and manly beard, you're gonna break something trying.
I hope you'll all be happy hanging out with a disgusting demon.
That's so true.
Excuse me, what kind?
What?
Anya's like,
What kind of demon is she?
What does it matter?
Evil is evil.
do they not know?
Let's just narrow it down.
I want to know.
Hey!
He can't hurt her. Wait, what?
It's just a family legend, am I right? Just a bit of spin to keep the ladies in line. You're welcome.
I cannot
Claire, I
believe
was
she's
saying
not.
business.
For 18 years, your family has taken care of you and supported you.
What's the story with the
You
mom?
want to turn your back.
Just go.
Does she think she's demon? Half demon?
Magic.
Are you happy now?
Or since she's the cousin, it's not passed down from, you know, her mom. She is happy. Oh, let's party. It's the thought. I wonder if she really likes it. Oh my god.
Your insect reflection represents your insignificance in terms of the karmic cycle.
Okay, but it's still not funny. My dance?
I'm so happy Anya is talking to her. Like anyone's talking to her. Because, oh, I'll get into it after the episode.
I think about what you grew up with, and then I look at what you are. It makes me proud. Even when I'm at my worst, you always make me feel special.
Are they floating? Oh, that's really cute. But no one else is noticing. Okay, cute. Okay, I had a lot of notes for this one actually. First off, rare Buffy dad mention. He's apparently in Spain with his secretary or something. We hate to see it, but I'm happy to get an update and know that he still sucks, as was expected. I'm very curious about whether we'll ever see him again because we did see him, was that season 1? There's an actor out there that plays Buffy's dad, but I don't know if they're ever going to bring him back. I don't think they need to, but yeah, it was nice to get a little update and just a reminder that he exists. I agree with her at least telling Giles about the whole Dawn situation, and I also agree with her not telling the Scooby Gang because it's like, something like this, it probably is smarter to keep it to a very small group of people, in this case just her and Giles alone, because it's just easier to keep up appearances now that you know this vital information. And Giles is, you know, a grown-up. He is a bit more removed from Dawn probably than the Scooby Gang, who have more memories of growing up with her because they grew up with Buffy and being there. So, and Giles, you know, he is just very educated and intelligent and, I don't know, mature. It seems like he's a perfect fit to be in on what the situation truly is so that he can help us on the research side because we need that help. But also I trust him completely to like not slip up and accidentally tell someone. I understand like Dawn does not need to know. That would be, I don't even understand how you could begin to understand that information being told to you, that you're not real. All of your memories are not real. You actually haven't existed for 14 years. You've only existed for a couple months and not even really as a true human, but a manifestation of a human, and your true essence is a key to a portal that we still don't understand. Like how? No, Dawn cannot know that. My immediate reaction was to tell everyone, to tell Dawn, to get everyone in on the situation, because obviously then Dawn can understand that she really needs to keep herself safe and be smart about where she goes, who she hangs with, what she does, because she's important. But that's just not something you want to put on someone who, like, at the same time, she is human. Like, she has real human emotions and what feels like real human memories. And so to put that type of responsibility on a 14-year-old girl to be like, hey, just so you know you're not real, you're a key, you're really important, keep yourself safe, that's just like, it's not an option. Like, we can't do that to her. That's just cruel. But then we're running into that problem now where Buffy's kind of becoming helicopter parenty, very overprotective, which is so understandable because, yeah, she doesn't want anything to happen to her because now she understands like how important she is to the well-being of the world, probably. Probably she's holding off another apocalypse. She is going to be crazy protective of her, and like it's something small like her wanting to go to her friend's house for dinner, she's gonna freak out about it. And I want to be like, obviously it seems crazy. Like if I was Dawn, I'd be like, what is going on with you? Why do you care? It's not a big deal. Let me go. If it was just a regular human situation, it's too much. Like you gotta let the girl live. But I totally understand where she's coming from at the same time, because like with this beast woman on the loose and just anything on the loose at all times in Sunnydale, it's so scary to let something so important walk out the front door and not be locked away in a safe. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like weird for Buffy to figure out how to balance, I think. And I don't know how she's gonna do it, to be completely honest. It's a interesting, really scary situation. And then I was gonna say it would be nice for Joyce to know, because then, you know, Buffy doesn't have to be the older sister who's being super overprotective for no reason, and it's weird and suspicious, because then Joyce could just, like, if she was in on it and she knew that she needed to buckle down on keeping an eye on Dawn, then she could help us with protecting her in that way. But like, she's also only human too. If it comes down to it, she's not gonna be able to do anything. She could keep her in the house, but like I said, there's still like a blurred line that we need to make sure we don't cross, to like not make Dawn feel like she's not human, even though she technically isn't, but also technically is. It's very strange. But at the same time, like, just, it's a really hard, it would be a really hard thing to tell Joyce, because it's one thing, like, already it's really hard for Buffy to wrap her head around because that's her sister, but like a parent and that being your daughter is a whole other level that, you know, I'm not a mother to anybody, so I can't even understand it, but I also just can't imagine as a mother finding out that your daughter isn't your daughter. I don't know if Joyce would be able to handle that up here. You know what? She's been getting headaches. We should save her the headache. I was really frustrated with the Scooby Gang, with the conversation between Xander and Buffy at the beginning of the episode, where they were talking about Tara and Tara's birthday coming up, and they didn't seem very excited about it, and they were like not really saying anything bad about her. They were like, she's nice, but, and it's like this whole time I was so sad for Tara, because it felt like the reason that she was an outsider to the group is because she herself was kind of putting herself in that position. She was clearly intimidated by the friendship, intimidated by the way that everyone fits in and is able to pitch in, and she was just, I think, afraid to penetrate that family that was clearly already established. And I just thought it was her own, you know, anxieties and insecurities that was keeping her feeling like an outsider. But then seeing how Buffy and Xander were talking about her, I was like, oh, no wonder she feels like an outsider. And they were like, there's just that one thing, like there's something about her that we just don't get. And she's always saying things and we don't understand what she's talking about. It's like, well, if you care about her and you want to make her feel comfortable in this group and be a true friend, you would ask her to explain the things that you don't understand, and you would also spark conversations from your end and, you know, attempt to bond with her over stuff that you know you both can get into. You guys probably have a lot more in common than you think, and it's just like they hadn't seemed to ever really decide to figure that out. So it made me a little frustrated seeing that conversation, which is why later in the episode, well, there's a couple of reasons why later in the episode I got tricked. Obviously, they set me up to be tricked, but I'm talking about the moment where Buffy, it seems like, is going to tell Tara's family to take her away, but then she steps up and is like, nah, you're gonna have to go through me if you want to do that. That conversation at the beginning of the episode where, like, it's clear that there's a disconnect definitely fed into my ability to be tricked in that moment. But it was also something that I noticed that was handled a certain way in this episode that definitely would have been handled a certain way over on Angel. Because I've talked about this before, where on Angel, they view demons and handle demons very differently. There are so many demons that we come in contact with that aren't inherently evil. But then when it comes to Buffy, usually how we view demons is they're just provided as our monster of the week. Like, we haven't really come into contact with a lot of demons whose main purpose in life isn't to hurt and kill. So when it was brought up that Tara was a half demon, or so we thought, I was like, oh shoot, like this wouldn't even be a problem if it was brought up over on Angel. As we've learned, if you've watched Angel, like we've had that moment where someone that we're close with is a half demon and they come clean about it and we're chill because we understand. We get how there's nuance to demons in this universe. But over here, we really haven't had that so much. So I was really nervous about them jumping to conclusions, and that was another reason where I was like, shoot, are they going to just turn their backs on Tara for this? But yeah, Spike finding out he is so crazy intuitive. Like he just knows things about people and motivations. He understands motivation like no other character on this show. He reads them so well. He read through Tara's dad's and found out that that's so traumatizing. For 20 years, he had his daughter thinking that she was a half demon because he wanted her to think that she was just inherently bad, as Spike said, to keep the women in the family in line, like as a reason to control. Because if you're like, well, you're bad and I'm not. I thought that was weird when he was like, the women in our family have the demon gene. I was like, okay, I've never heard of that before. Anything can happen on Buffy, so I was like, all right, I'll accept it. But it's interesting that I had that reaction of, oh, weird. And it's because it is weird, like it's not a thing. And be like, well, you're bad and I'm not, so you always have to listen to what I say. Traumatizing. And I don't know if they're gonna focus on Tara a bit more. So happy that we got a Tara-centric episode, by the way. It doesn't happen enough. I wonder, and I kind of hope that they continue to explore like what that would do to her. And that's probably why she's so timid and anxious. It's the reason that she is the way she is and constantly afraid of how she'll be perceived, because she's been told from birth that she's evil, like that she has evil inside her. That's awful. And I hope we continue to, I hope we see a journey for her from here where she starts to accept the fact that that is not the case and she can flourish. And I think the way that the Scooby Gang stood up for her and claimed her as a part of their family was a perfect first step for her to realize that she's not an outsider and she is good. And I just hope that we see her thrive from here. And I hope that the Scooby Gang continues to uplift her, It was really beautiful to see. I am a sucker for found family tropes, and that was a big found family moment, and it made me very emotional. And I just like Tara, and I was really upset with that conversation earlier in the episode and just the vibe of the group toward her, I guess, in general, and the fact that she just never felt like she belonged. Seeing her truly feel like she belongs for the first time, she's never felt that before. She's never felt that with her family, who has made her feel like an outsider just because of the lies that they fed to her. And she's never felt like that in the world because of what her family told her and thinking that she was bad. She's never felt like that with Willow because up until now, she's not been able to be truly herself yet. She's obviously never felt like that with the Scooby Gang for reasons we've talked about. This was the first time she felt any sense of belonging in her entire life. I'm gonna cry. This was a good episode. Amy Adams. I think that was Amy Adams. That's so crazy. It's so weird. You see a big name like that and you're like, oh, they gotta be a recurring character. It's Amy Adams. But I don't think Cousin Beth would be a recurring character for any reason. Maybe she will be. But that's so random if it's just a one episode stint for her. But I guess she wouldn't have become, a big actress at this point yet. So, hello, Karma knows it's the end of the filming session. Yes. You always know. You're so silly. Oh, and then Riley. Riley continuing to feel more and more disconnected from Buffy, going to Willie's bar, which it was insinuated that that wasn't his first time. It's not like he met a breaking point. He's like, I gotta have a drink. So interesting that he chooses that bar. I mean, I feel like low-key the writers just like that bar and want an excuse to use it as a setting. So they're like, oh, he can go there. Because it's interesting. I mean, there's also got to be some character motivation behind that, though. The writers wouldn't just use that because they felt like it. I really liked his moment where he called out that vampire. But it's like, he's in his feels. He's feeling more disconnected than ever. Knowing that that wasn't his first time, going to the bar, alone. It also is a little bit frustrating because it's like, oh, you feel like Buffy is keeping things from you, but then you're keeping things from her. There's a lot of stuff going on up here, and he kind of like gets passive aggressive towards Buffy without actually sitting down and being like, listen, when you say this and you act like this, it makes me feel like this, and let's talk about that. You know, he doesn't do that. He just hits a breaking point, gets passive aggressive, and bolts. If that continues, if that cycle continues, the breakup has got to be coming soon. As far as Buffy's responsibility to the relationship, it's not like she's excluding him specifically. She's kind of excluding everyone outside of Giles right now with everything that's happening. And everything that's happening is a big deal, and her mind is elsewhere. Like, her mind isn't on like maintaining this romantic relationship. She, I think, a little bit takes it for granted, but it's like she has so much going on that you can see how it would be easy to just let that fall to the wayside and expect him to just be there when you want him to be there. But it's like, girl, if you want this to continue, there's also got to be communication on your end. Even if it's like, I can't talk to you about this because of X, Y, and Z. It's not because I don't trust you. It's for your own protection. It's not just you that is being excluded. I want them to have a real good conversation. I don't think that's going to happen because I really do think they will be breaking up soon. I think I'm going to leave it there. My God, what an episode. Thank you guys so much for being here, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.